Hey everybody. So we are shooting the miniature set now, and yeah, this is the exciting part. Now, there's several things going on here. I'm doing both handheld and makeshift camera slider. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the makeshift camera slider really quick. It's a little nerve-wracking, I gotta say. It's not a mounted slider. I don't have one at the moment. So what I've done is I've done a very DIY thing here where I've taken the camera and I've put it on this black bed sheet, and I put the black bed sheet on this whiteboard, which is up on this box under these things to get it right. And what I do is I pull it along the whiteboard and I get a fairly smooth motion. It's not 100% smooth like a slider would be, but even sliders aren't 100% perfect. So anyway, you can see it looks really good through the black magic camera right there. Look at that motion. Well, why don't let's do this. Let's. Oh, it's me reflected in. Ugh, that was horrible. Sorry to subject you to that. So let's see how it looks. So there you go. Now I do have to do this several times to make sure that the motion is right, and it's certainly not motion control, but it works well. This is through the what do you call it? The wide lens. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. Let's try this. This is cool. This is with the wide lens. This is a what do they call it? A Zolly shot. Essentially, what it is that I push in and I pull back with the camera while I also zoom in and zoom out. So if I push in, I zoom out, and if I pull out, I zoom in. And what it does is it creates the Zolly effect. They've used it in Jaws, and they've used it in other movies that I can't think of at the moment. But you know what I'm talking about. It gives the illusion that the forest is stretching or being compressed. So, and here we have, let's see, what am I doing here? I'm trying all sorts of stuff with my different wide lenses. So I'm using the 11 to 16, and I'm also using the 28 millimeter lens I have at the moment. Now the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera has a crop factor of 1.9, which means I'm not getting the full frame that I would out of my lenses if I was using a full frame camera. It's getting cropped down, but that's okay because if you notice, like here and here, you're seeing the slopes of the miniature. So it's probably ideal that with a miniature the size I'm working at, that I do have a crop. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. So pan up and pan down, and you notice too that I've put markers on the green screen so that I can track the motion, and then all that can be keyed out as well. So pretty fun stuff. Come back down. You can imagine that when I key out the green screen and add other elements with all the motion tracking, that I can get some pretty effective shots. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Some shaky cam. And again, the shaking can be cleaned up a little bit with a computer. Unfortunately, Blackmagic, being a cinema camera, does not have stabilizers like DSLRs do. That's one of the trade-offs about cinema cameras for the most part. So I do wish I had. I'm going to try some different stuff. I'm going to shoot a lot of footage of this miniature. Like 4 times more than I need at least. So I'll be shooting all night. I'm probably all day tomorrow. And I'm going to be shooting all sorts of different stuff. So let's see what else we got. So as you can see, putting this on a sheet and just pulling it along works fairly well. There may be a few snags here and there, but there's a couple of things that are going to smooth out that motion. One is that I'm shooting at 60 frames a second, so my intent is to slow down this motion anyway, so little hiccups won't seem as prominent. And another thing I can do is if a hiccup is, snags too much but the shot looks good, I can pull out a few frames and it'll smooth out the motion. So, oops, looks like I was correcting there. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good. As seen through cell phone footage of a viewfinder footage. But yeah, I think that's pretty effective. You can imagine, like I said, adding more trees in the background, motion tracking it, using particles to create falling leaves. And I'm going to actually shoot falling leaves against this green screen. So I'll probably talk about that in the next installment. So there are other elements to shoot. Like I said, falling leaves is one of them. And another one is, I just got this in the mail today from Chris Young. This is a prop in Brimstone Saint. This is actually screen used, and it's really cool. We're going to shoot this against a green screen. I just noticed it's got a green gem in it, so hopefully that green gem isn't the keying I do has been so simple because there's no green in the shot, but there's a green gem here. So anyway, this thing is cool. This is actually very this is an H.P. Lovecraft looking pendant. Forgive the cat hair. That's one of the disadvantages of having cats in your home and working from home, is there's cat hair on everything. So anyway, this is very cool. This is a witch's pendant, which will be incorporated into these shots, or one or two of these shots. There's one I'm going to try, which is not in the animatic that Chris did, but I'm actually going to unpin this green screen, and I'm going to lay it down on the ground with some padding underneath it, and I'm going to stand up on a ladder with the camera, and I'm going to drop it and shoot it in slow-mo and have it like falling. And then what I might try and do is do a like an above shot of the miniature. Let's see, get into there like that, like kind of track across. Hopefully I can do that, and comp the pendant falling down into the trees. Or what I might do as well is I might reverse the shot and have the trees, I don't know how good that looks because I'm not seeing through the viewfinder, but have it falling down through the trees towards the camera. So either way, should be pretty cool. Anyway, again, I'm really excited about these shots. The miniature is coming along really well. There's something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Was it another element that I was going to shoot? Anyway, yeah. Essentially, like I said, there's going to be lightning in the background. There's going to be falling leaves. There's going to be a figure of the witch in the movie. There's going to be this pendant. There's going to be a wanted poster for Bill's character in there, and there's also going to be a gun, which is a very special gun within the universe of this movie. So we need to incorporate that in there. But that's pretty much it for now. I'd just like to say thank you again for listening, and be sure to, I'll leave the link in the bio. Be sure to go to the Brimstone Saint YouTube and sub them there. There's some great creepypasta stories in there. Also, for practical effects pre-keyed assets that you can use in your own visual effects, I have a website, Digital Practical FX, that's the letters fx.com, where you can download pre-keyed assets for special effects if you're not inclined to build your own. I have tentacles at the moment, that's pretty much it, but I'll have things like spooky trees, slime, blood splatters, mandibles is another creature effect I'm going to have, weird flesh wounds, waterfalls, meteorites. I'm coming up with all sorts of stuff that you just can't get anywhere else, pre-keyed and able to pre-comp. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, like this video, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're thinking. Yeah, there's other social media posted in the description, so also be sure to follow me there. And I'll be back tomorrow where I'll be shooting more practical effects elements of these trees. I'm going to kind of redo the setup for this, and I will be shooting, like I said, leaves against green screen for falling leaves blowing in the wind. And then from there, we're going to hop on over to the computer and I'll do some screen captures and I'll show you how I'm compositing all of this stuff together. So again, thanks for watching, and hope you all have a good one.